Quick question from a therapist. What would you do if your world was suddenly turned upside down? If you were diagnosed with a life-threatening condition, how would you handle it? How would your mental health handle it? Let's dive into today's session. Come on in, take a seat, the therapist is in. And while you are here, head on over to our channel, press the subscribe button for more. Welcome back to part 2. From the last session, we had met the amazing Londa, who had survived breast cancer. She had literally bared it all in front of us. And today she's back for part 2 to let us know how is life after cancer. If you remember from part 1, we went through her treatment, her diagnosis, and how she got to accept living with breast cancer. In this session, we dive deep into life after breast cancer. What does she look like today, and how is she taking care of herself? Without further ado, let's get into today's session. Welcome back to today's session. Thank you for coming to pay us another visit. How have you been since we last spoke?
I'm okay. Thank you so much for welcoming me back. I'm fine. Just that this week was not my, it wasn't my best week. I think I got a bit disturbed whilst I was looking through Skim Sammy, a nice
The TV show?
TV show
Yeah.
that I watch. So there was an episode, Lenny, I think it was a bit emotional. Some teenager, he got Pamshayana Matolweni. So he lost my nerves they lost important. So the best treatment was to amputate. So ngabukela that episode, when he was told he needs to amputate, there is no way he can ever have his leg. The best he needs to amputate, and the more I'm amputate, he will just die. The way he felt, so I was so taken back to my situation. I was like, it is really not easy being told that you will lose part of your body, you know. So and whilst that boy was crying, I started crying. I was telling my friend yesterday, I think Skim Sammy, I need to pause. Because really it's a corner that episode, and it is really affecting me and taking me back. Since Paranami, it's not like I'm really taking this well, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. I think that's the theme of today's session, in terms of what is life like after cancer treatment. How have you been really? And mentioning triggers is one of those things. In terms of what you were going through in the first session was that everything was so fast, now making this decision, what's next. Now life has to go on. You understand? No more treatments, no more doctors. Now it's back to life. How is life after cancer? Is cancer in the review mirror, or you are still dealing with it? How is life after treatment?
Cancer is still there, such that, remember in the first episode, I did mention that I had to do mastectomy, go for chemotherapy, go for radiation. That was it. Then, now, I'm on the pill for 5 years.
Okay.
I'm taking a pill, a very small tablet, every day. My doctor said I'll take it for 5 years. And the worst part of it is that pill suppresses my hormones. Because I was worried, since I have one child, 5 years, I'm 34 years, I always wish to have another baby. So now, here is cancer, here is this treatment I should take for 5 years. What do we do? And my doctor promised, maybe Lona, let's take it for like 2 years and see how you are responding. there's one thing I really don't understand, because I've seen in the internet people ringing bells, like meaning they've finished their treatment.
Yes,
Others, they are cancer free, cancer is gone. But reality is, okay, maybe for Londa, cancer is still there. But when I do tests, it's like it is suppressed. Meaning it is not moving to other body organs or other systems in the body. Yeah.
So does this mean that this pill that you have to take, like you said, you're taking it for 5 years, it also suppresses the cancer? So after 5 years, are you going to go back and see where you are at? If you need more treatment, or that will then, because we hear words like remission, like you're in remission, or cancer is gone, and all of those things. Will that be words you're going to be using after the 5 years of this medication? I'm
not quite too sure, but I think since it's a journey, and I still go for reviews, I no longer go. I used to go for after a month. Every after a month, go back for reviews to refill my tablets. But now I'm given 3 months. So after 3 months, I go there, do checkups, I think it's during that period. Maybe Londa will be on remission. Okay. I don't know.
You can only hope and pray to God.
Yeah, exactly. We're just hoping.
Okay. So I wanted to go back a little bit to when you are now going back into your life. After the treatment, going back, one of the things that most clients would say about either they're going through grief or going through mourning something, but anything that has to do with a sudden change in life. The hardest part is going back into your ordinary life, going back to your 9 to 5, going back to church and all of those things, and then seeing people who haven't seen you before you went through treatment. Some of them know, some people don't know. Labanye bayalilela, labanye bayabona sikhona la kushintshe khona Londa kwendekani. Other people are asking questions. You understand? Other people are not asking questions, but uyabona la mehlo ukuthi ayabuka ukuthi kwendekani. How are you dealing with just basically reintegrating back into society, looking different than you were before?
Being a believer in God helps me a lot. Because every day before I go out of bed, I pray. I ask God to strengthen me.
Yeah.
Like you said, some people may be, I don't want to use heartless, but kinda, anyhow, and you wouldn't blame everyone. You wouldn't attack everyone. So I always pray with God, please just give me the stability. Just help me to handle whatever that I go through each and every day.
To handle people's ignorance. Because for me, it's ignorance. Abadi. They don't know any better and they won't educate themselves.
Abadi, and as Africans, the way we are and the way we talk, when I tell you that, I'm breast cancer, some will be like, Nemanga, there's just no way Nemanga. And it hurts. It really hurts because I wouldn't just joke with something like this, but us as Africans, and that's what the emotions, they kick in bit by bit, like, oh, okay. But overall, I thank God, the people around me, they just strengthen me. And being Londa with the inner strength, I'm able to handle most of every maybe every response or attitude that I come across. It's not easy, I wouldn't lie. Every day, Nami, I look at myself in the mirror. I look at myself. The very first thing that come into my mind is that I am different. This is the new me. I try every day to accept who I am. Imagine undressing, Nege futhi uhlale uyo undress a toilet or somewhere you need to undress, But I think I'm getting there.
It's good. It's a journey. It is a journey.
Exactly.
So how are you navigating the way you look now, because like you said in the first session, your breast one of your best assets.
Yeah.
Something that you loved, about yourself, and even your clothes.
Yeah.
They were centered around, the fact that you enjoy and you feel most confident.
Yeah.
So now, having that removed, that is a very big part of you. And earlier you made an example of an episode you're watching of someone who got their legs amputated.
Yeah.
It takes a while for the brain to acknowledge ukuthi logo akusekho.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself putting on a bra in the morning and going, oh yes, I don't have boobs anymore? Do you find yourself, making way? Because as someone who has big breasts myself, I find myself having to accommodate. Every time I'm going to show umnyango, you understand? It's not every space I can just
True
walk
that.
into.
True.
Do you find yourself subconsciously doing that, and then you remember, oh, by the way, I don't have to do this anymore?
Okay. It was very much hard at first when I removed my breast. I could feel the nerves. My mind, it took, I think, a year plus, if I'm not mistaken, for my mind to lose a connection with my breast. It was so emotional and heartbreaking when I could feel my breast. I literally felt the breasts as big as they were. I would feel them. Sadly, they were no longer there. So I had to live with that. And yeah, at times the mind you just forget. Squeeze accommodating meaning but with time, my darling, no, I'm fine. I think time heals. With time the mind is registering now. This is the new Londa. We are just breastless now, and yeah, I'm okay. I feel the relief because you can attest to Guti Emabele Abshum big up boobs shame like you are carrying a whole load the whole day, But Lana, now I feel a bit lighter and I'm fine. I'm okay. I wouldn't say I'm grateful for the whole situation, but when I come across someone, maybe not with bra or so we are inconvenienced, especially my friend. Usually she says, hey, Nana Mabele, they're too big. I wish to reduce them, to do breast reduction and stuff. I'll be like, thank God. That's not something to worry about. Exactly.
I believe that's called looking at the silver lining.
Exactly.
When they say that, every dark cloud has that silver lining. So you may not have prayed for cancer, but at least you get to say, at least something good came from that.
True.
So speaking about silver linings and looking at that, what would you say to people whose lives have changed in a way physically? Because while I was preparing for both sessions and thinking about the fact that you are now breastless, as women, the way that we look is our identity.
Truth,
I understand. We describe ourselves, I'm skinny, I am athletic, I am fit, I am plus size, I am a big girl, All of these words that men never use, you understand? You can never hear men saying I'm a plus size man, you understand? We women, how we look, we put a lot into that. But looks change. We grow, you understand? I wasn't this size when I was in high school. I've had babies, my tummy looks different and all of those things. What would you say about the way we hold on to looks and, having gone through such a dramatic change for yourself? How do you now look at yourself and define in terms of looks now?
Okay. Love yourself, ladies. I think that's the best one can do for herself. Just love yourself. Either you are big, you have one leg, one boobie, there are a lot of body organs that one may just lose in this life. Siphila singati, what will happen every minute, So just love and appreciate who you are, especially for things you can't change. I had to accept the new normal, which is the breastless Londa. At times I remove even those artificial boobs, especially when I'm wearing sportish gears, you know. I just leave them. Like a guy, really. I put on my cap, my tracksuit, my t-shirt, my sneakers. I still feel good. And it's so funny because a lot of people, I think it's the mind, you know. We all know that a girl has boobs.
Yeah.
So there is no way a girl can never have boobs. So ababoni, self-love. I think that's it. Yeah. That has kept me this far. Because once you start feeling pity for yourself, failing to accept, you don't get depression. Number two, you attract the energies. If it's positive coming from you, obviously the people around you, nabo, they will draw strength from you, but will treat it the way you treat yourself.
Basically, you give permission
exactly
for people on how to treat you. They have to see it from you. If you feel sorry for yourself, they'll feel sorry
for you. And that's gonna destroy you because now your emotions are, you know.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now I want to talk about relationships, because now we're talking about how you look now and everything. How are you navigating relationships? Were you in a relationship while you're going through treatments? Are you in a new relationship now? When you meet someone, do you have to explain to them that you are breastless? How are you navigating relationships, Vele? Because as we know, men, when they think women, they think breasts.
Yeah,
you know,
true. And they love breasts.
And they love breasts. You know, they enjoy breasts.
Yeah.
Is that something you think about? What are relationships like for Londa?
Okay. I am a divorced lady who got married. We happened to get married at 22. I think I was 24 years. Now I'm 34. Just almost my divorce. I think it came 2 months ago.
Okay.
So, yes, I am in a relationship, and to be honest with you, it's not easy for one to be in a new relationship because you have a hell lot of explanations. Lapho utatibuta. Am I really acceptable here? You know, sekufuna ngikhumule for a different person, you know. So maybe I'm lucky. I'm in a long distance relationship, which has lasted for quite some years.
Yeah.
My guy, when I told him about my new diagnosis, he was like, okay, uthi daughter. I was like, uthi, I should remove my breast. But yeah, do so. Just do everything like your daughter. It's life. So I thank God for that, because I have nothing to worry about. Like, I'm telling my mind, uthi, I don't wanna think, can I just be selfish for once, because I can't change this, you know. I'm how is he really feeling? Does he still love me? And obviously I had bigger boobs. Maybe the guy liked my boobs. Now I'm breastless. Usangfuna or not, I just chose Guti, you know what? Let me just leave that to him. Otherwise, I'm okay. And I'm one person who love. I believe in love. I'm still looking forward, and I wish to get married again.
Oh. That is going to be very interesting. When it does happen, please can we have a third session so we can navigate women for without breasts?
Hey. That would be interesting.
You're fun.
You're fun. And I can only imagine now I'm a dust. Just okay. Yeah, no,
and welcome to a good song.
You know?
But I'm so happy because you joke about it, you laugh about
That's
it.
what keeps me going.
I am so in awe of you, Londa, because people that have cancer has this dark gloominess.
True.
You know, and it's to a point whereby it's just covered with darkness.
Yeah.
You see, when you have cancer, really, that is it.
Death.
You understand? And here you are joking about it and laughing about it and all of those things, and yet you are serious about it. I think it's that balance.
Yeah.
Whereby I acknowledge it's a serious thing and it has affected me seriously.
Yeah.
But guys, please allow me to laugh as well.
Exactly.
And I find that so empowering and very beautiful about you.
Thank you so much, sis.
So, talking about the future and have you thought about implants? Now there's plastic surgery, people are getting smaller boobs, bigger boobs.
Yeah.
All of those things. Is that something that is possible for you? Have you thought about it? Are you considering it? Where do you fall in terms of, getting implants?
Okay. I have thought about plastic surgery, but for now, I cannot put my mind on it because, like I said, my operation was major.
Yeah.
It's taking time, its own time to heal. I could feel that I haven't healed.
Yeah.
Yet, for surgeries, kufuna ube healed, like completely healed.
Yeah.
2, cancer management is very much expensive, my darling, as well as plastic surgeries. Because at times I do check out overseas, how they do it, costs and everything. Yet, for cancer to be suppressed, you need to manage your diet. You need to be sugar-free. It is very much hard if you are a chubby girl like me. Obviously, we have sweet tooths, for ice cream, we want all that comfort foods.
Yeah.
But here I am. I had to cut off sugar, and obviously, if you say you're cutting off sugar, it means you're using honey, which is more expensive. I'm just making an example with sugar and honey. Then there are times whereby you will just go for checkup. Halala is not always viable. So at times you go there for review. The doctor will say, Londa, we need to do MRI scan, which is a bit costly.
Yeah.
So you need to have money, basically, now in cancer. And that's the most touching part for us, Emaswati. Bottom line, if we are with cancer.
Basically. Yeah.
So I cannot at this stage be considering surgeries, my darling. Yet I'm still trying to dive through where this is going. But now I know it's okay. When I go for my reviews, maybe after 6 months, the doctor will order a scan, which I should finance myself. I need to manage my diet, and food is expensive.
Yeah.
Good food is
expensive.
Exactly. So I need to manage. I should be exercising, but I can't since I tried going back to the gym. But with most of the exercises, my heart So I don't know, maybe it was that my operation was here. Maybe my cardio is affected or what, and but I'm just taking one step at a time.
One step at a time. Okay.
We'll get there. In future, I still wish to have my breasts again.
Okay. Alright, give me a second and over. Now, especially again. Okay. All right. So, mentioning financials is so important because especially in Swaziland, Africa as a whole, most finances go towards HIV. That has been the emergency. That has been, all where all resources go, to the point whereby I don't even know anyone that says they are financing their HIV treatment.
Yeah.
Do you feel there's an imbalance when it comes to cancer and HIV? Is cancer as, much of an emergency as HIV is? Not that we are comparing sicknesses, but now in terms of lobbying for resources, would you say we are doing enough for cancer? Should we be doing more? Where are we standing when it comes to that? Even in terms of just sensitization, do we talk about it more?
Yeah.
Do we have enough facilities to help people with cancer? What do you think?
Okay. Currently, I think the health system is really putting an effort. They're trying to sensitize. I remember, I think it's last year, I was invited to a walk I think it was around October, which is the breast cancer month. Unfortunately, I wasn't feeling okay, so I couldn't attend. There is a breast cancer network. Though I wouldn't say they are doing the most, because I haven't engaged myself.
Okay.
But I believe we can still do more.
Yeah.
People out there, they don't know much about cancer. And the fact that it is expensive, dealing with it is much expensive. I don't know if with HIV, can I use it as an example, since it has taken time, it has been around for some time. For cancer, I feel like it is still new, and we are still trying to navigate through it, the treatment and everything. Sadly, it's in imali because I checked my bills with radiation and SA. It was about 275,000. That is like 300K. Ngubani lo ngaba na 300,000 for treatment. So imagine the time whereby Palala are closed at funding. Then you get diagnosed. Imali. How will you live? That is why so far really, cancer still has that stigma. It just alarms death.
Yeah.
Once you say cancer, automatically the mind you're just dead. So maybe with time, we're praying, and I believe better help is coming for everyone. But Bazama, the facilities there, I discovered that cancer is more emotional than physical. Because look at me, I'm okay, I look fine. When I start opening my mouth saying, I'm sick, I have this monster, chronic illness monster, people will be like, Sissy, are you serious? So they try the staff, let's see, is taller in the facilities. I'll be lying. I give 10 over 10 Umbabani staff. The way I received their love, starting from good receptionist, Wabo, going to the nurses there, the doctors, you could just feel at home, feel that VIP nyana treatment, don't but wow, I'm feeling the love. And cancer needs that.
Yeah.
Once you give me the love, believe me, I can just beat this.
Definitely. And I want to attest to that. I got sick earlier myself, quite around 2003.
Okay.
I had complications with my lungs.
Okay.
Mabana government staff, they treat you with such care.
Yeah.
It's a pity that we live in a country where funding is a bit of a problem in the hospitals and all of those things. But you guys, you nurse, because you're a nurse yourself.
Exactly.
So I want to put you in there. You nurses, you doctors, you know how to make someone feel loved. And
true that.
I definitely want to make sure that comes across. government hospitals. You are overworked, you are understaffed.
Exactly.
But Masisen being a client, the love is immeasurable.
True,
and that is very, very beautiful.
So,
So, sometimes they say when you go through something life-changing like that, it either makes you look at the world with different eyes. Eyes that make you either feel hopeful, optimistic, or eyes that make you feel like everything is doom and gloom. How has going through this changed your outlook in life? Are you more positive now? Are you more pessimistic now? Where are you? Or are you still just Londa?
Do you want an honest answer out of it?
Honest, please.
Days are not the same, hey. Some days I feel hopeful, but to be honest with you, most of the time, I think more of my lifespan would see, okay, Londa, now we at 34, soon to be 35. Ngabe, how long will I live, Nyalo? Do I have 10 years extra? 5 years the most? But I'm glad that I'm looking at 10 years upwards, which is, I think that's fine, you know. I still have hope that one day I will be cancer free, you know. And at the same time, I feel like it's okay, I can live with it. Like, honestly, I'm okay, I'm able to work 9 to 5, though due to the radiation, I still feel fatigued. Most of the time, I want to sleep, you know, I want to do light kind of jobs. I used to be an active girl. I like doing chores and everything. But nyalo, uyabona ukuthi igirl akusasiyo leya.
Yeah.
But isasekhona. Life is still there, you know, and we believe with God who strengthens me each and every day. Everything will be okay. And I'm looking forward to really assisting Emaswati who are going through the same situation like I'm in. Most of the time I try to talk to relevant people about helping clients living with cancer to get their medication, get encouraged, because you can never say I've had enough of courage. It's a daily thing. Every day someone lokuvuselako akunike hope that gives you hope kwawena, and it makes you feel good. Ukula ngcono.
Definitely.
If you have the support, the pushabo, if you have finances, you know, I have my medication here, because even these pills I'm on, at times Gendela I'm not be available with government. So you have to go buy them at clicks, and roughly they are 300, 400 for a month for my diagnosis. For others, maybe they get more aside. Then you can imagine if ute imali, what do you do? Because cancer, remember we said, ihamba as a lightning. What happens to those who can't afford? So we would really appreciate, as Pink Sisters, that's what we call ourselves, ladies with breast cancer, getting much attention, getting funded, you know, having more organizations. Labuge breast cancer, just like HIV. I usually say cancer, it's the new HIV these days. And I'm glad there are some people who are working towards that. There is a new cancer center under construction.
Okay.
In Manzini.
Oh, that's good.
I've heard that it's gonna start operating in June. The way I'm looking forward to working with them. I think working with being diagnosed with cancer has made me find my passion, because I'm just a midwife. I didn't have as yet a specialty. So I'm like, wow,
You found
I've
your
just found my
passion
passion.
in oncology.
So imagine how nice it will be dealing with what you are going through every day and getting paid for that, you know.
Definitely.
Sita, you are now we are healer in your journey,
Yeah.
At the same time, you are seeing the worst scenarios and better ones. You're able to go through what those patients are feeling, and I'm sure it will be much easier to relate, you know.
Yes. Definitely. It is much easier to relate to someone who has gone through it. One of the things most clients on chronic medication always complain about is that, the people that they are talking to are people that but they've never experienced it. So imagine now if you have a nurse or a healthcare practitioner who's taking care of you, and not only did they go to school for it, but now they've gone through it as well.
Exactly.
So they have a knowledge in terms of how do I help you. So I think you're going to be a very, very good asset for that. I look forward and I really hope that it's going to happen. So what about you in terms of your future? Any plans that you have? Are you hoping to start a support group? Because I know a lot of people on chronic medication, it doesn't matter what it is, diabetes, HIV, even addiction to drugs and alcohol. There's strength in support, there's strength in coming together and saying, you know what, we went through the same thing, we may be different people, but we know what it's like to actually go through grief, addiction and all of those things. Do we have support groups? Are you planning on opening one? What does the future look like?
I am planning on owning my support group, like you've said, not for women affected by breast cancer only, but every chronic illness. Because I believe as much as cancer can be more emotional than maybe the others, or sugar and BP, Lapo, it's all about getting your medication, getting the rightful foods, But with cancer, inekwayo nje ukuthi hey vele ngidawufa, it just have its special way, money, of drawing you down. So imagine having a group of people undergoing such. When you meet someone going through what now where you are going through, you feel that sisterhood, you feel relieved, and you'll be like, I thought maybe I'm dying. Man, I'm not dying. Even Londa went through this. So, actually, even now we do have, I think I have over 10 women.
Oh, wow.
That we help. We support each other, because Nami at days this is just not my day. I feel so negative, and I would just want to die, even I say no, this is just not worth it. Then a sister will just pick you up, and you would see also it's going through the net, surfing the net, TikToks and everything. We are corner, but you know what? I'm not alone here. A lot of people, rich or poorer, cancer, I can't see it everywhere. Then I draw strength from that to say, no. Nangabe people were sick, because most people by discover cancer, unlike me, who just had a lump. Then they'll be like, no. If this person beat that, why not me?
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Ms. Londa. Is there any information that you feel like, someone has been watching you from the first session and this session, and you kept on talking about stages and everything? If someone now they know, I've been checking my breasts, but I want to make sure that I don't discover it late, where do they go, especially in Swaziland? What's the first point of reference from this point?
Okay. I think Emma Health institutions, all of them, they do screen for breast cancer. So any facility, any clinic, la khona nje kwi health setting, don't hesitate, go there. Because bona, if they see that there's something abnormal, kutingeka further management, they will just refer you to hospitals, so you can get a closer outlook specifically for cancer.
And that is for all cancers, not just breast cancer.
So far, for all cancers. Though, keep it in mind, cancer is still new.
Yes.
Lagiti, Eswatini, I guess. So, because you would go today. I have a lady who shared her story with me. I do respect her privacy, but I'd like to share a bit of her story. She told me that she felt the lump. Earlier on, she went to hospital, got checked up, blood tests were taken. I'm not sure with biopsy if it was taken, but she was told it's normal. She went back home. Boom. After 34 years, after I got diagnosed, since I told her, she was like, how? We are my lump is back. Let me go for further checkups. She got that she's on stage 4 cancer.
Just like that.
And her story is so heartbreaking. Imagine she took the initiative via emtholampilo. Bamcheka, but it's normal. After 4 years, it's in stage 4. And now her lungs are affected, So, not that I'm blaming the health system, but asadi, now we are encouraging guys, go as early as possible to hospital. I don't know, I'm a specialist or something, but I also understand we are still trying to stabilize, navigate.
And noticing the cracks in our system is not blaming anyone. It's just saying
True that.
and if there's somewhere where we can fix, let's fix it here. So maybe this will help our health system also speak to our screening time. Yes, I've screened you today, but what is the return time?
True that.
Do you come back in 2 weeks? Do you come back in 6 weeks? How often do we keep on checking you until we can say you are fine? All of those things we have to learn. Because I remember, I think, my experiences in HIV. We used to test you once and then you were gone. But then we realized, no, there's something called a window
period.
You understand? Whereby we'll test you today, come back in 3 weeks, and then come back in 3 months before we can say you are fine.
True.
So maybe cancer needs to go through those kind of learning steps as well to say, yebo siyendile le screening namuhla, but because we are not really sure, come back for a mammogram, come back for this, come back for that before we can say that is fine. So seeing the cracks in the system is not really saying we'll see someone is at fault. We're just noticing things that need to be fixed.
True that.
And then having people like you, of course. So thank you so much for sharing your story. And if someone has just been diagnosed with cancer, can they reach out to you for help?
Most
How
definitely.
much of yourself are you giving to the public? And if they do, can we share any information on where they can find you, social media, phone numbers, anything that you can share, of course, keeping your privacy in mind.
Okay. I think I'm game for helping everyone going through the journey, cancer, or anyone who wants to know more about it. You can contact me on 7611 7074. You can go to my Facebook page. I am Londa Roberto on Facebook. Go to my TikTok. I'm Londa Shongwe there. I'll share also the details there. Bearing in mind that this is a journey. Nami, I'm living my life with this. So at times, maybe you will come with something I haven't gone through. Don't be disappointed. Now, Kanza will say, I don't have that kind of assistant maybe you are expecting. And please don't come asking for financial assistance, because Bantu once were open to them, especially Africans. They tend to overload, yet, like I've said, iyadula this cancer journey. So I'm still going through the most, but I believe masibambene, we will definitely get the rightful assistance, probably from those laba willing to share whatever with us. And I think basically I would urge everyone to support anyone around them living with a chronic illness. Tanzania, we are still part of the community. We need the love, especially in breast cancer shame. Love is everything for us. You know, I can live long, even more than 10 years, you know, with just the love, because cancer, it share emotionally more than everything else. Just love us. Yadi, hi, how are you? To your friend or colleague or mzala or just a person you meet, I would really encourage us to be kind towards each other. We are going through the most. Everyone is going through a lot. So the least you can do is just to be loving and kind. And you definitely lose nothing with that. You give someone love and kindness, awati how far that goes, you know. There's a poster I saw, I think last month, whereby it's showing traffic and this one is going through divorce, this one lost umfanake, this one this one just lost 270 and everything. So it made me realize Guti, I can meet you but with my kindness I don't know how far healing Guti ihamba, you know, to what extent. So my dear Africans, can we just love each other? Show kindness, show support, sing atzinwa, you know. When a doctor tells you that you have a chronic illness, it means sekugula kwakho sifo sakho saphakathi utawuphila naso nje. So imagine struggling, accepting the new diagnosis, utikhanze pinze ute the love and support from people around you. Whether they just send you straight, it just sends you straight to an early grave. So please, sibetelelen nisthanze, you know, now gula, it's very hard dealing with a sick person. But then with time, it's a journey. We'll be fine. Thank you so much.
Love, support, and kindness. Exactly. I think, you know, and you know, you and I have met over quite a few times. It's amazing what spending time with someone who's positive can do, because something that I've picked up from you, and I've never used it before, is the term "it is well." I've never used that term in my whole entire life, but I found myself using it so often because you would say it so much. Every time something would go bad and I would go, Londa, and you'd be like, "It is well, my dear."
Exactly.
You understand? And
can't change it.
Exactly.
It is what it is.
So whenever you meet someone, ask yourself, what are you living with them? So what change are you bringing to that person's life? So every time you meet someone, leave something good with them. You are leaving something, whether it's good or bad, now that's up to you. But you're definitely leaving something with them. So I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us and to share with us and to trust us with your journey and to, you know, love us enough to actually give us the information. A lot of people will give their time, but you brought us into yourself in terms of what you were going through, and for that we really appreciate you. And I just want to wish you all the best in life and love, and I can't wait to see all the amazing things you are going to achieve, because you said something very powerful. There's a reason why this happened. It helped you find your passion. And now your responsibility is to take that passion and do amazing things and help other people, and I believe that you will. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
After the session, Londa wanted to pen a heartfelt tribute to someone special. And with those beautiful words, we end today's session. Thank you for sticking with us through both parts, and we hope you have learned a lot. I wish you a lovely week ahead, and remember to keep your loved ones close, because you never know when you might need that support system. Love you, bye.